Amidst the silent, snowy expanse on the Pokrovsk front line in the Donetsk region, the seemingly calm skies witnessed one of the most intense manhunts conducted by the Ukrainian 414th Brigade Magyar Birds. The snowy terrain, which should have provided cover, instead turned into a deadly trap for hundreds of advancing Russian soldiers who were wiped out by the Ukrainian 414th Brigade Magyar Birds. Overall, the 414th Magyar Brigade reported that Russia deployed 22,000 troops in January, but on the front lines, Russia lost hundreds of infantrymen every day to Magyar Bird drone operators. In today's footage, the attack began when the 414th Brigade drone operator detected the movement of a Russian infantry group spread out across open terrain, and footprints in the white snow provided an undisguised marker. From above, the drone's camera locked onto targets one by one. Enemy troops were seen moving hastily, seeking cover in hollows and trenches covered in thin snow. Without warning, the first FPV drone launched itself, dived sharply through the frigid air, and struck directly in the center of the formation. The explosion shattered the silence, leaving panic and chaos among the remaining Russian troops. Not stopping with one hit, the Magyar Bird continued its systematic hunt through the snow trenches. Subsequent drones combed the trench lines that served as makeshift enemy hideouts. From the air, every tiny movement was clearly visible. Attempts to escape, disrupted communications, and even troops trapped without direction. One drone after another aimed with pinpoint precision, striking the makeshift cover points. Trenches initially considered secure turned into frozen graves, while the Russian troops lost the ability to consolidate or counterattack. In the final phase of the operation, as the remaining Russian troops attempted to scatter across the snowy terrain to avoid detection, the 414th Brigade operators exploited the situation. Reconnaissance drones marked every individual who separated from their group, and attacks were carried out in rapid succession and without pause. The FPV drones glided like silent hunters, pursuing their targets through forest edges and open paths. Escape attempts proved futile. The snow that had slowed their advance only accelerated their demise. The skies completely dominated by the 414th Brigade. In the snowy Pokrovsk sector, silence returned, but the trail of destruction testified to the scale of the operation. The last vestiges of resistance were crushed with a final precision strike, ensuring that no enemy unit could survive or continue operations in the area. Hundreds of Russian soldiers were reportedly killed in these coordinated drone attacks, a stark testament to the effectiveness of modern unmanned warfare. In Pokrovsk, technology, precision, and coordination proved deadly, while the frozen snow bore silent witness to the devastation of troops who failed to detect the threat from the skies. On the same day, Ukrainian forces repelled major Russian assaults in a single day in the Pokrovsk direction, Donetsk region, killing around 90 Russian soldiers. In a January 31st telegram report, the Spartan National Guard Brigade said it had jointly repelled a Russian assault alongside the Pataki Madyara unit and adjacent forces, as Moscow committed up to 90 assault troops to the attack. The enemy attempted an offensive in the Pokrovsk direction. Under the cover of fog, the enemy tried to advance using cars, motorcycles, and ATVs, the report said. Ukrainian units stopped the assault completely, destroying Russian manpower and equipment. Spartan, together with adjacent units, repelled the enemy assault. Almost 4 platoons of Russians were destroyed in a single day, the brigade said. According to the report, Ukrainian forces eliminated 80 Russian soldiers, wounded 2, and captured 2 more. They also destroyed 10 ATVs, 4 motorcycles, and 6 vehicles. The report was accompanied by drone footage showing Russian personnel and equipment being struck. Kyiv Post could not independently verify the time or location of the video. Separately, on Saturday, Ukraine's 7th Airborne Assault Corps reported that Russian forces launched a mechanized assault on the village of Hisha, also in the Pokrovsk direction. Russian troops attempted a mechanized assault using 3 armored vehicles. The enemy decided to accelerate the offensive due to the failure of infiltration tactics, the Corps said. The assault achieved limited success before Ukrainian forces counterattacked. The 155th Separate Mechanized Brigade, named after Anna Kievska, together with adjacent units, engaged the Russian troops. The enemy was destroyed, both on the approaches to the village and on its outskirts, the report said, adding that 2 armored vehicles and more than 10 Russian soldiers were eliminated. The Corps noted that some Russian troops fled the battlefield, and that clearing operations are ongoing in and around Hisha. Drone footage of the fighting was also released, but could not be independently verified. According to Ukraine's General Staff, as of 8 a.m. on February 1st, Ukrainian forces repelled 80 Russian assault actions in the Pokrovsk direction, near multiple settlements, including Pokrovsk, Mirnograd, and Hisha. In early January, Ukrainian forces repelled 2 Russian assaults using all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, in the Donetsk region, stopping advances near Yampiel and Pokrovsk, despite harsh weather. On January 6th, the ground forces said Russian troops tried to exploit heavy snowfall and poor visibility to attack Yampiel, a strategically important village in northern Donetsk. Despite limited aerial reconnaissance, Ukrainian forces detected the assault and deployed Signum Battalion drone teams, destroying Russian manpower and equipment. A similar ATV assault was thwarted near Pokrovsk on January 4th by Ukraine's Siechislav Separate Airborne Brigade, also documented by drone footage. Ukrainian officials said Yampiel remains under AFU control, rejecting Russian claims of advances as disinformation. Earlier, the commander of the 7th Airborne Assault Corps, General Yevhen Lasichuk, told the BBC that Ukrainian defense forces continue to hold the northern parts of Pokrovsk and Mirnograd. According to the general, Russian forces are most active in Pokrovsk, pressing from the northwest with the aim of reaching the settlement of Hisha. Lasichuk said that individual Russian units are attempting to leak between Ukrainian defensive formations in the northern part of the city in order to bypass residential areas. Airborne Forces Commander Brigadier General Oleh Apostol told Novi Narnia outlet that Ukrainian troops had pushed Russian forces back from parts of the city, but lacked sufficient resources to fully liberate Pokrovsk. To fully restore control over Pokrovsk, enormous resources are needed. We cannot afford it at the moment, he said. Russian forces have concentrated about 100,000 personnel in the Pokrovsk direction. In addition to manpower, Moscow is also relying on technological advantages, having deployed specialized unmanned systems